And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates to the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mhm.
Rachel,
Yes,
would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, and Chris Sones. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you.
Mhm.
Rachel,
Dees.
I'm in the room with you.
You are in the room with me.
You know how? Hey, let's prove it.
No.
I just walloped her. Yeah, so we are now recording on the same mic, so if it sounds a little weird, that's why, because Rachel has an old mic and it's a piece of shit.
You suggested this mic.
Well, back when we were... back before we had awesome $400 microphones. Anyway, so I don't really know what to talk about in the intro today.
Yeah.
Other than one thing that's been on my mind.
What's that?
I came up here to stay with you.
Mhm.
The weather's great.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Good.
You've turned down the intensity of the lights in the house, which I appreciate it because I am part vampire. And the one gripe I have
is that I'm in this house. If I wasn't here, it would be better.
It's your hair. Your hair is okay. So I don't know. Guys know what I'm talking about, and I guess lesbians too. If your partner has long hair and you lay behind them, it gets in your throat while you're sleeping. Like you breathe it in, and then you wake up going.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's been unsolvable. That's really my only gripe. So if you just shave your head
I
bald,
shave my head?
Shave your head all the way bald.
I don't want to do that.
Well.
What if you wore like some sort of ventilation system over your mouth, like a grate covering your mouth?
I think I should wear some sort of protective mouthwear.
Yes.
Like a snorkel.
Yeah.
Bedtime snorkel.
Yeah.
Hot. All the women out there, how do you feel about a man with a snorkel, the bedtime snorkel? That doing it for you out there?
I'm sorry. I've been trying to tie my hair back more, but it comes loose a lot.
Yeah, just breathing a whole ponytail. I don't know. I mean, like everything else has been great. Maine.
He says that sitting literally next to me. We'll see when you're back home.
Yeah.
If you'll still be like, oh yeah, it was great.
I think it's great now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So while I'm undergoing it,
I
feel like it's great.
Okay.
Afterwards, I can't imagine going back to Georgia is going to make me think differently than Maine. So, also voting on Tuesday.
Yep.
So, if you haven't done that, go do it.
Yes.
Unless you're planning on voting Republican, and then maybe just take a load off. Take a load off, kick your feet up. Just chill. Just chill. Right. I mean, voting's not important if you're a Republican.
That's true.
Not a big deal.
True.
You should just take the week off. Just. You ever thought about traveling? You ever thought about? Ooh, I hear. France is nice, right this time of year. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Go vote if you haven't voted.
Yes.
Please do.
Yep.
Take it serious. Takes 5 minutes. You walk in, you write your name down, you write your birth date down, you write your fucking address, and then they give you a little piece of paper and you go, check, 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 and then they go put you in on front of this like screen, and you're gonna go beep, boop, beep, bop, boop, boop, and you pick the ones you like, and then that's it. And then you get to leave and you get a sticker or whatever if you're lucky. Yeah.
I already mailed in my vote.
Boot.
So
it was risky to mail in my vote where I'm from. So I went on the very first day of early voting and voted. So
yeah,
everyone make sure to go out and do that if you haven't already. It's important.
Yes.
Right. What do you think?
I think it's funny that since you've been here, you've started getting like main political ads whenever you pull up YouTube on your phone.
Well, yeah, I mean they pay a lot of money to get these ads in. The thing is, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. So like some of the topics of concern up here are weird. there's a lobster shortage up in Glendale. And I'm like, okay. Is that bad? How bad is it?
Janet Mills wants to teach your lobsters critical race
Oh
theory.
my god. Damn it. Oh my god, we gotta start banning lobster books. Oh my god. Anyway, go vote.
Mhm.
Lobsters are counting on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's important. Even if it wasn't about lobsters, voting is important.
It's not. You should probably vote so half the population can keep their bodily autonomy.
That would be great.
That's a good one.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's all I had. We're on episode 2 now, so I think people are now. If you listen to the intro on this one, you haven't listened to the other episode. That's on you at this point. I don't think it's a spoiler in episode 2 to talk about episode 1. So if you email me some shit, I'm just gonna laugh at you and call you stupid to all of the people I talk to. So go listen to 1. If you're on this one, this is your only warning. From this point on, if you're in episode 3, I'm not even going to spoiler alert you. I'm just going to fucking say shit right at the start of the episode.
Wow.
Yeah. Spoiler bomb. So we got Baby Kavir.
Baby Kavir.
Baby Kavir is new.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some issues with
Kestrel.
We got some issues with Adri.
We don't have Adri, we have Kestrel.
We have issues with the hard drive on our Adri. We'll have to get that replaced, and then we can get back to playing D&D. Yeah, and I think we haven't introed yet, but they're coming, right?
Yes, this episode.
Okay. Okie doke. Well,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too.
You want to get to the intro? Or you want to talk about the episode, I mean?
Talk about the episode or get to the episode?
Get to the episode.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are you staring at me like that?
I don't know.
She's freaking me out, guys. If I go missing, check her backyard.
I was thinking about how to shove my hair in your mouth.
Yeah, that's what happened. If I die and then she buries me, look for hairs. They will be there. That'll be the DNA you need. It will for sure be there. I found one on my toothbrush the other day.
No.
Swear to God.
No, you didn't. Really?
Swear to God. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm atheist. But swear to God anyway.
Oh no.
Swear to God in a euphemistic sense, not in a like I care what he thinks thing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, maybe just shave it off and we just save ourselves.
Maybe wear like a mouth filter.
Snorkel, baby. Let's do it. Let's snork it up.
Alright.
I'm ready.
This is Return to Ravenloft, Episode 2, Headwinds.
Bloop, 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 bloop. That's my snorkel noises.
Oh.
Makes snort. Yeah, it's good, right?
You might need it for this episode.
It's what?
Because it's in the water.
Oh.
Stuff takes place like at the beginning on the water.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
And then Kestrel almost gets knocked off a boat into the water.
Look up, bitch. Episode.
All right. That's a fast intro.
Ooh. Leave that in. Leave it in. Leave it in. Leave it in. Click the square, bitch.
How far out into the bay are you two going?
How far do you want to go?
Well,
We're yeah. How far do you want to go?
if we can get as close to the open ocean, that's what I'd like.
Oh, all right. You they point to one of the ones behind you. You think we can get one of them to help us row?
I'm gonna look back. Definitely not Fiven.
No, the warlock and the bard are both patting the paladin on the back like, sucks to be you. He's like, fuck.
Come on.
That's when the bar leans over. Higher power, remember? Higher power.
I'm gonna look at the other two, Fiven and Vespara, and I'm gonna say meet at Captain Morvat's after this.
They both give you kind of a salute and a thumbs up. And they're like, I'm showering. No, I'm sorry, not Vivian, Vespara. I'm showering. I'm getting clean. I'll see you there.
See you there.
She walks off.
I'm gonna step onto the boat.
She's like, after I go to the music place to get new strings. Vivian just face palms. All right, good luck, man. And heads out. And yeah, Damiko's. I said that right.
I think so.
My phone blacked out with the cheat sheet on it. Yeah, Damiko's.
Yeah, Damocus.
He hops down and I don't know how to swim.
Well, you should stay on the boat then.
You're planning on getting out of the boat?
No. But if you can't swim, you should stay in the boat.
Oh, no, 100%. I should stay on the docks. I'm coming. He gets in, kind of shaking, grabs the oars, and the gnomes look up.
It's interesting. Thought paladins were immune to fear.
He looks up. Yeah, your father wasn't a bloodsucker.
Just kind of shrug and start rowing.
You guys being rod. He's like, hey, don't mind them asking about the necklace. They didn't know.
As far as always nosy. I've come to expect it.
Yeah, well, at least she's less creepy than that old guy. I mean, he didn't look that old, but you could tell he was just, I don't know. You elves are weird.
We're weird.
You're kind of boring for living as long as you do.
We're careful.
I've seen you fight. That's a lie. I've seen you drink. That's a lie too.
Just nod.
I've seen you drink and fight.
I'll nod again. Well, at least we haven't seen that bard in a few years.
Hey, I got a job I need to do after this. I gotta head out.
You need help?
They already got a squad put together. So, but if I run into trouble, I'll message you.
You're not scalping my work, are you? And I asked
Hell.
that. She's asking that like half joking, but half not joking.
You remember? I work for a higher power. I don't do jobs at your price.
Oh, that's true. You take all the higher power work.
Or lower power, depending on how you look at it. So, you be careful, man. They said the spider got another body last night. Don't be trying to hunt that thing down until I come back.
No promises.
Nah, it's 20 bodies it's put up.
Which means the guard's going to be quite desperate to.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they're actually getting the. Well, let me make sure I get this right. The Cargatine involved.
Serious?
Well, the body last night was a constable.
Well, we might not be here when you come back then. I don't like dealing with them.
They're all over the city. Nobody likes dealing with them.
Yeah, but once
Nobody
you
likes
start hiring them for jobs, they think they can do anything.
You mean people hire them? They just show up and they do things. At least they're not their masters. You don't even know where their masters are.
True.
But don't cross them. I know you haven't been in Darkon as long as the rest of us, but or at least this far north.
No, I didn't grow up here.
So that's when the gnome's like, hard right, and they turn the through the kind of mists in the port. A large ship comes barreling towards you guys, cutting the water real fast.
Oh,
The gnomes have to turn hard to get the longboat out of the way because it looks like the other boat just doesn't care. It's going. They go by you guys. They get the boat turned, so they take the ripples left over and the wake in the waves through the nose, so they don't tip.
Mhm.
Marcos is just sitting there holding, just kind of like going back and forth, like, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip. And as you guys see the ship past you heading towards the docks, Sea Bitch is written on the back of it.
I'm gonna look at the boat and then look at Demacos and be like, is that your higher power?
I hope not. It's not my ride. Nice boat though, but
Probably more trade.
that's a lot of cannons on the side for trade.
Well, maybe they're trading work.
Well, let's get this head dropped. I don't want to be out here this long.
How deep are we at? I'm gonna look at the gnomes.
Deep enough? They smile.
How close are we to the ocean? Can we get to the drop off?
They just pointed. That ship just came from the ocean. That's why they came in that fast.
All right. And I'm gonna stand up. Look at the head.
Marcus grabs the sides.
We'll look at the head in the bag and be like, well, William, you come back again. It's just gonna be a repeat. And I'm gonna chuck the head as hard as I can into the ocean. As far as I can.
Okay, I was about to say, are you like spiking it into the ocean?
No, I'm
Or
trying
you
to go
like-
for distance so it
Okay,
gets like to the drop off.
I was about to say, this woman just straight up, wham! Fuck you. All right, so yeah, you launch it off and it disappears into the clouds, the low level clouds over the waters, and you hear it hit the water and splash. And last you see of it.
All right. We'll look back at the gnomes, be like, that was it.
All righty. They all right, let's take it back before we get run over. So they start rowing you back in. Doesn't take too long, half hour or so, and you guys get back in.
Okay. I'll toss them a couple gold for the
Woo!
job.
Like, that ended up better than what we were told it would.
Nothing shady going on there.
Oh no, just word around the docks is people that work with you die.
Well, still gotta leave the docks, so
The one gnome likes the other. What the fuck are you saying? She could have killed us. My bad. You don't get your gold now. What? My gold. I got 2 gold. I got 2 gold.
heading down the docks towards Captain Morvat's.
Okay. You head back in a little bit. Doesn't take long and you reach the place.
And then whenever Demacos has to leave, I'll say bye to him.
As you guys reach there, he's like, give the others my best. Fiven's not going to be happy me bouncing or me leaving. He never is. Especially because he didn't get invited. He's not as cool.
Well, I'm sure he has to be back at the Institute soon. This is sort of like a vacation for him.
All that bookwork. No fun. No wonder he lights everything on fire when he's out with us. All right, you keep her out of trouble. Or she keep you. Yeah, it's a waste of time. You guys take care.
Kind of wave and head into the tavern.
Gives a nod. Looks at his hand. God. Thought the water would have got the blood off the gauntlets. Nate,
Mm-hmm.
you're coming in on the sea bitch. You just passed through the fog and ice, and your boat almost ran over a long boat fishing boat in the water.
No, that boat got in my way.
One of the mates is like, "Whoa, close call."
Yeah, for them.
You're,
What are you worried about? We're 12 times bigger than they are. We would have turned them into splinters. You think I'm worried about it? They should know better than to be out this far on a boat that small.
He looks over. I would have sucked. They got 2 armored cats in that boat.
What the hell are people in armor doing out in the middle of the, they're going to fall in.
They're going to sink like bricks.
No wonder. Yeah, no kidding.
And they got 2 gnomes with them. This is priceless.
Hang on, I got to take a look at this. I walk away from the wheel and kind of get a fleeting glimpse as this goes off.
One of the mates holds your wheel in place as you're looking over.
What are there are people that just have absolutely no business being out on open water.
Captain, you said it. Bunch of rookies.
Well, all I can say is that they better not fall overboard.
Hey, look, they were smart enough to turn the boat so they took the wakes head on.
All right, well, maybe they're not as dumb as they look.
Ah, man.
How far?
You see the crew exchanging gold on if they were betting if the wakes would knock the ship over.
Hey. Did you not cut me in on that action?
Sorry, Captain. It just kind of spurred the moment.
What's rule 6?
They both cough up money to you.
Thank you. Next time, do not leave me out of the action.
Yes, Captain. Rule 6. Always bet with the captain.
All right. Well, everybody get off your ass. We're about to pull into port.
I'm writing down rule 6 right now. I was the only motherfucker that wrote down Kefir's candle things last time, and it came in handy later.
I wrote those down too.
I know, I'm teasing.
I just never
and then I lost that character sheet, so I said, fuck it. By the way, you guys weren't going to look for fucking candles. You guys didn't give a shit. You guys never once looked for candles.
But I wrote it down.
It's good. Good. Because it would have been nice to know what the candles meant while you are not looking for them.
All right. As you're, it takes, you guys slow the boat down. It takes you guys about a half hour to actually get the ship docked, the ropes down, get tied up to the port.
Yep.
Everyone gets kind of tied. You guys get it done, and your first mate comes over. Hey, Captain, we're all ready.
Excellent.
Everything's all set.
Looks good.
You sure you don't need the crew with you?
No, not on this one.
All right.
Just, you know what? It's been a long journey since the last port of call. So you boys go ahead and enjoy yourselves this evening. Just, don't enjoy yourselves too much. I'm not hauling your ass out of jail. What's rule 47?
Fuck with the jail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goddamn. I got to go back to Nate's sheet now. Write down rule 47.
Oh, Dewak, I'm going to roll my important rolls right now, just so you can see.
All right. Thank you, sir. Rule 47. Don't go to jail. All right. I like this thing. This is going to be awesome. We're going to have like a whole list of fucking rules in one Patreon. We're just going to drop out.
16
Rayne's
and a nat 20. What's up, baby?
Nice.
It's better than him getting a 1. Honestly, I'd rather him get 20s than 1s because then he can't freaking shove a 1 on one of my rolls.
I don't care what I get as long as it's not in the middle.
Right.
That's what he said. So,
Hey,
all right. All right. So the first mate relays the message to the crew. They all cheer. And he's like, show a leave for everyone. Except you. You got to watch the boat. You and you. Fuck.
Hey, you drew the short straws. You know how this works.
They look over the first mate. He just winks at them all. Like, no straws, Captain. I just picked the 3 guys I hate. I mean, I love you guys.
Yeah. Oh. As long as it was done fairly and democratically, that's all I care about.
Yeah, they're up for clean swab duty anyway. They got to swab the deck and clean the place, and it's their turn.
Good. Now, I'll be fine. You boys go enjoy yourself tonight. I'm going to take care of some business, and I don't know. This could be a one and done sort of thing, or I don't know. I'm hopeful I find what I'm looking for, but
All right, you want us to sell the cargo and move the stuff around for you tomorrow?
yeah. If you know the appropriate fences, take care of it.
All right, you got it, Ken.
right.
And he whispers, "Should your uncle stop by, do I tell him you're busy or tell him what you're doing?"
Well, ignoring him's not an option. So
Yeah, that didn't go well last time.
if he
They took half the cargo.
Yeah, no. If don't tell him anything.
Understood.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm not here. You never saw me.
All right, Captain, we left you at another port.
Yes.
All right. All right, you scurvy lads, get the fuck off my boat. I mean, his boat. Let's go. They all start moving, and you're now staring out at the port of Matera Bay from the face. You're on the north side facing, and everything else is south of you.
Okay.
From there, you can see the Widow's Retreat. You can see the Siren's Lament. Both are, not the best taverns in town. You tried those one night, did not go well.
Yes, I remember all the constant puking over the side of the boat.
Yeah, you wrote a few extra rules those nights.
Yes.
Kind of where Rule 47 came from.
Yeah.
But behind them, you also know that the Red Sails, which is another tavern, sits there.
Sure.
The Harbor Watch office is there, which probably wouldn't hurt to check in and announce your boat's there.
Yeah, I'll need to stop by and pay my respects to old catalog, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, up to you where you want to head.
Well, I don't know. I probably owe a visit to Ethan as well, so I'm probably going to head on down to Marlbroug's Tavern instead, just as a starting point. See what I can find out. It has been a short while since I've been in Martira, and I know things have changed. I've got some rumors to chase down. It's as good a place to start as any, I think.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So, you're on the Harbor Watch first, you said, or are you going to the tavern?
I'll stop by the Harbor Watch.
All right. On your way to the Harbor Watch, you hear one of the criers. A crier, young lad, about the age of 13, hat on his thing, wool coat, early in the morning, waving, "Read all about it. Read all about it. Spider." Well, make sure I got this right. Okay. "Spider strikes again. Bloodless Hulk webbed up. 2 coppers. Read all about it. Read all about it."
I walk up to him. I toss him a silver and say, I don't have time to read. Give me the gist of it.
"The serial killer, the Spider, webbed up a constable last night. 2 giant holes in the chest, sucked all the blood out, left it webbed up in the corner. 20th body
Dad.
found."
Sorry. Sorry.
It's like, I mean, they're saying it was the craziest sight in the article. I mean, they're just all over it. Like, wow. Like holes and webbed and the spider.
We're talking about an actual spider here, kid.
No one's ever seen it. It's just there's always webbing around it, and the bodies are just left like bloody or bloodless husks. I mean, at least that's what the Chronicle says.
How long has this been going on?
About a year, I think. I mean, the one mercenary took down the slasher.
You guys get a lot of monsters in here. I mean, I know I know that's kind of the norm, but I don't know. Last time I passed through here, it didn't seem that bad. Now you guys are sensationalizing them with nicknames. I mean, I guess it sells
Uh,
papers, but
oh yeah, I mean, it always sells papers, but I mean, it just we got the killers everywhere, man. I mean, we had 3 serial killers actually running at once, but um, yeah, no, actually no, the Midnight Slasher is still loose. Rachel, which one did Adri take down?
The Martira Bay Butcher.
My bad. Um, the butcher. Apologies. The slasher's still out there, but it's the butcher that was taken down. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, we got 3 serial. We're at 2 serial killers now. He says they've been trying to reach out to the Ray agency to come out and then the Dust detectives, but Eileen's in real close. The Cugrat ran the Ray agency out of town, so they're no longer here.
man.
I mean, they got the old office, but yeah, no, word is that the Cugrat ran them out of town. As you've been around Darkon before.
Yeah.
You know the Cugrat is the secret police of Darkon.
Right.
They were the Dreadlord's personal just force. And everything that means. Nobody knows their true numbers, and nobody can actually truly tell who they are until they strike.
Well,
the kid kind of just, but he pockets the silver. He hands you a pamphlet just to hand you one.
Complete the transaction. All right. Well, it looks like I picked a wonderful time to come back to town, didn't I?
Oh, it's brisky cold. The fish is fresh. If I wouldn't trust the fish in a month. I mean, that mist looks like it's closing in. And that's when he stops. Holy shit. We got a hot spot. He points behind you. You see a ripple in the air as electricity and vision kind of blurs in an area about 20 feet, about 15 to 20 feet wide, as magic erupts in like about a 15-foot circular area. You see a person in it begin to stop, and they're trying to move and they can't, and their body begins to age and age and age as they fall down to the ground. Just the body continues still to age until you see it turn to dust right in front of your eyes in moments and minutes. The kid's like, oh God, wellspring of magic. Woo.
That happens here frequently, son.
It has since it has since the Dark Lord disappeared. Not necessarily in town, but I mean, you hear rumors of them. I mean, we put out a paper on it like 3 weeks ago. I was selling pamphlets about it. I've never seen one. I mean, it's only going to last for a few hours, but it'll disappear again. But nobody knows where they pop up. It just like rips in the realm, or the rips in the world, and he's like just dead-eyed looking at it.
Huh.
Oh God. And then he sees a bunch of people staring. He starts waving pamphlets. Spider striked again. Read all about it. 2 coppers. 2 coppers. Spider strikes again. Sucks the blood right out of the chest.
I'm gonna take my paper and fold it and put it into my pocket and just sort of slowly back away from the large, giant pulsing electrical field that just turned that guy into dust. And I'm going to reroute myself in a different direction to get to Marlbrot's, because fuck whatever that is.
As you're heading that way, you see a couple constables running past you and stopping just shy of the field. All right, back it up, people. Back it up. Back it up. Don't get back. If you don't back up, I'm going to throw you in it.
People have to be told to get away from the big magical field that just turned a guy into a pile of dust. Martira Bay never change.
No. You reach the harbor watch. You
Is
get in. The door's
he in?
open.
All
Yeah, he's
right.
in. More Cuddle Log is
Yeah.
sitting at his desk with his feet up, smoking a big fat stogie. He has a plate of eggs sitting on the table cold that he hasn't eaten because he's just been concentrating on his stogie the whole time.
I'm not sure what smells worse, the cigar or those rotten eggs sitting on your plate.
Hey! Rain Trichet graces our port.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I just figured I'd have to come around here and spruce the dump up every once in a while, do I not?
The half-orc rubs his tusk and looks at you. You're looking a little waterlogged. How you
Well,
doing?
yeah. Genasi joke, I get it. Yeah, that's real funny. See, those
I
never
get
get
you with
old.
it every time.
Yeah,
I get you with it every
those
time.
never get old. Let me tell you.
So, how's the sea bitch sailing?
Well, not bad. Not bad at all. Crew keeps her nice and seaworthy. I don't know what kind of idiots you got floating out there in your bay, though. I passed up a damn fishing boat with 2 gnomes and 2 idiots dressed in heavy armor way out further than they should have been. Nearly ran them over. I don't know who the hell told them they should be in the shipping lanes, but I don't know. Maybe you should start instructing your sailors out here how to, do what they're supposed to do. I mean, because next time I'm just going to sink them. I really don't care. I've gone through icebergs much more difficult than that would have been. Trust me.
You said 2 gnomes?
2 gnomes.
The world would have been better off without them.
Oh, well then shit.
I
I'm
know
sorry.
those 2.
I'm sorry they turned.
Yeah. I don't know who the armor guys are out. I haven't seen anyone with heavy armor in the port in I don't know how long.
Huh. Well, thought it was a little weird. I mean, nobody should ever go out into the open sea with 50 pounds of metal on their back, but who am I to tell people how to live their lives, right?
Actually, you're captain of a ship. You tell your whole crew how to live their life.
That's right.
Cigar.
Don't you forget it.
So what can I do for you, Trichet?
Nothing. Just checking in. Got a little bit of cargo to exchange and here to follow up on something I've been trying to get an answer to for a while, but I won't be in town too long. Hopefully we'll see. But I instructed my men not to cause too much trouble. So, they will.
Yeah.
That's the constabulary's problem though, not yours.
Exactly. I just make sure the harbor goes clean.
Yeah.
You didn't bring anything you're not supposed to in town, did you?
Oh, perish the thought that I would bring in illicit goods into your port. The time you brought in those. I slowly reach and grab a bag of gold and slide it onto the desk.
He takes it and opens the drawer, drops it in, and closes it. You're just a nice ship. Just
passing through, just trading, commodities like we us men of the sea do, right?
Yep. He's like, you know what? He closes his logbook. I don't even need to log you in this time.
Oh, well, that is awfully nice of you. It means I don't have to come back and sign out. That's great. It'll save me time.
Exactly. All right. Just don't like the time you brought the 12 lichen skins in.
We don't talk about that,
but you keep the crew quiet about it. Don't let them brag about it after the sale.
It's a very small cache of goods this time. Don't worry. Most of the crew is off getting drunk right now.
All right. Sounds good.
Good. Well, I am going to go into town and see what I can drum up. I'll leave you to your eggs, as it were.
Oh, shit. I forgot about those.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game you're playing if you decide to eat those.
Nope. He ashes his stogie on him and puts it back in his mouth.
There you go. Good man. All right. I'll see you around.
All right. As you exit now, you hear his wife start yelling, "The hell did you do to my cooking?" Shit.
I kind of mutter to myself, probably improved it given what I just saw, but okay.
As you're walking over, you see another crier waving it out. This one is the Lost Bay Post, 2 copper. Ascension or death? Dark Lord missing. Did he pull off the ascension or did he get killed by the heroes?
That piques my interest.
You see someone come walking over? You need to shut your damn mouth, boy. Dark Lord didn't die. He ascended. No one could kill Aslan. No one. That's when a larger man, mustache, leather apron, comes walking over. You need to leave the boy alone. He has a butcher cleaver tucked in his waist, blood stains on the thing. And the one guy is looking over like, no, you all need to shut your mouth now.
Gentlemen, I can't help but notice that you're inhibiting this poor boy's venture into capitalism here. I think he's just trying to sell some papers.
Yeah, but they're lies. He can't speak this way.
When in the hell has anything in the press ever been completely factual?
Yeah. The Dark Lord ascended.
Did you see it happen?
He prophesied it.
Did you see it happen?
I don't have to know what happened. Ain't no way some heroes killed him. That's some bullshit rumor that they killed Strahd in Barovia too. There ain't no sunlight in this land. There ain't no going anywhere.
Have you been to Barovia? I'm sorry. You just believe things without seeing them. No, I got you. I look at the kid like I'll take one.
Petrified.
Don't worry about them. Just you do your job. That's what you're supposed to do. I toss him a couple of silver. I'll take one of those papers.
He hands you one, and he kind of like slinks behind you. The butcher's kind of stands next to you, shoulder to shoulder, looking at the men as the number now grows to 4 to 5 of them standing there staring down the two of you.
So apparently I'm on the minority side.
Butcher leans over. They're the cult of ascension. These dogs don't know better. They run their mouth.
Yeah, well, nothing I love more than dealing with a cult.
That's when a constable starts walking over. Everyone calm down. Calm down. What's the situation over here?
Well, this young man here is just trying to sell his papers and do his job. And some people apparently aren't too particularly into the whole idea of the free press around here.
He looks at the pamphlet, hands it back. If I were you, I'd have the kid quiet before the Carragine step in. Because if they step in and things go foul, then we're going to have more other issues coming out. And I'd rather not have a bloodbath on the streets.
So it's like that, huh?
I just enforce the rules. I don't make them.
Touche. I tell you what, I look over at the baker or the butcher rather. So, how about we go with this gentleman's son? We'll see about getting you a nice steak. How about that?
He's like, okay. Butcher's like, aye, constable. He looks and he just kind of like eyes and does the whole like 2 fingers to his eye, pointing at the other 5, like, you 5 got lucky. Me and this, we would have tore you apart.
Yeah, if they only knew. All right, I'm gonna escort the kid along with my new butcher.
You guys go over, and he starts going through his meats. What do you want? I got shark. I got pig. I got goat. I got I got horse. What do you want?
Well, I don't know. It's for the kid. Kid, what are you hungry for? Take this home. Take it to your parents.
Pork,
Let them cook it up.
pork sounds
Pork.
safe. I couldn't eat a horse.
Yeah.
The butcher shrugs.
Yeah.
I got
If you're
goat
hungry,
too.
if you're hungry enough, you can eat anything, kid. Trust me.
All right.
Go
The
ahead
butcher
and
does take.
give him a couple of pork chops on me. I'll take care of
All
it.
right. He cuts them fresh and wraps them up in the paper, ties it with string, hands it to the kid.
Hey.
It's on me. You would have had my back in the fight. We're
How
good.
many papers you got left, kid?
I got 20 left.
How much are they worth each?
We sell them for 2 coppers.
I'll give him 20 silver to take the whole lot of them and send him home for the day.
Thank you, sir. Grabs the silver and the things and he runs off.
I've never understood concept of people not wanting to pick on someone their own size.
The kid's just trying to make money, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Plus,
that ought to. Plus, he's a kid. I mean, I'm not too particularly fond of kids. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure as hell not going to let a bunch of adults come around and beat one up just for trying to make some money to feed his damn family.
Yeah.
So what in the hell is going on? It's been a while since I've been in town. So the Dreadlord's gone, huh?
Yeah, Aslan disappeared. It got bad. Like, bad. He disappeared. The realm shook. Now there's a mist that travels everywhere, and you don't want to cross it during the night.
So does that have anything to do with that big ball of electricity that turned that old guy over there into? I see.
We got magic. The magic's popping up everywhere. It's getting worse. I mean, if they'd open their eyes, they realize the realm's like falling apart. It's like the land just isn't the land anymore. I mean, the misty borders surround the borders, but no, there's this wall of mist that goes through the land and it moves. And I mean, I haven't seen it, but from what the travelers say, the whole city of Necropolis disappeared. Ilauk disappeared into the fog. No one's seen it since. Half of Azil's castle is lifted up into the sky, and no one has seen or heard of Azrael or Aslan. I mean, there's rumors that the head of the Kagrat has taken over for Aslan, but there's no Dreadlord. No one's taking power. There's a number of them that are people trying to seize power, but the rest of us are getting caught in the wakes, and it just feels like the world's falling apart. But then you get those yahoos over there that are swearing that he ascended, that he pulled off the hour of ascension, and if he did, it'd be much better. He promised everything would be grand, but
it doesn't seem grand to me.
Nah, I ran into He kind of gets quiet. You ever heard the name Esmeralda? The vampire hunter?
I don't know that I have.
Well, she was in port. She claims she was in Barovia when they took down Stradvin Zorovic. She says it's all true. She says sunlight breathes in Barovia. If I had the money I had the guide to get me back, I'd leave Darkon and go there, but I got a family to feed, and I don't think my kids can survive the journey.
No.
I'm not one to chance the mists.
I kind of take the paper and sort of glance over it a bit. So how many people think that the party that took things to
over
the
there or
task
here
in Barovia are here?
I hope they are.
Well, between me and you, I hope they are too.
I mean, the only difference between the two stories is it's still dark. So I don't know, it doesn't make sense why Barovia hasn't collapsed, but if you listen to the old tales in the bar from the wise men, Barovia was the first of the Dread realms. All the others came later.
Hmm.
So it might be why it's stronger. But
Well, I for one believe that they did what everyone says they did. At least I hope so.
there was a bard in town about a year ago sang stories of them. I mean, the way he sang was almost like he knew them.
Hmm.
It was an elf, wood elf bard. But you know bards.
Yeah, actually, I do know bards. You
They're,
wouldn't happen
they're
to, you wouldn't have to know them by name, would you?
Udo, Kudo. I can't remember. Um, Ludo. I think he called himself Ludo.
Ludo.
Udo
Leodon.
Pudo makes the best music. I love Udo Pudo.
You actually had Ludo on your ship about 10 years ago.
I did, and his daughter,
So
who
yeah, no, yeah, I think his name was Ludo.
yeah,
But
it was.
no,
He was here.
rumors
He
are
was here a year ago.
yeah, he ran afoul of a mercenary. They said she ran him out of town.
You wouldn't happen to know where he went off to, would you? Anyone said?
Well, that's not the worst part of the rumor. Or the worst part of the story. They say the Kagrat came after him and he left 2 of them dead.
So he's on the run.
I would assume so.
And who's this mercenary? Is he around?
She.
Hmm.
Black armor, dead as night until she's done a job, and then she walks around like a bloody mess. You missed her this morning. She walked right through here. In fact, you can probably still see the bloodstains as she walked through.
It's funny you mentioned that. I may have missed her more than once.
But
She frequent Martira Bay often?
Comes and goes. She's actually killed the slasher.
Oh,
she killed one of the serial killers.
One of those.
Which one? Oh, the butcher. My
The
bad.
butcher.
Sorry, I got like 3 of them on my notes. And
He doesn't like to bring that up because it hits too close to home.
I mean, I got the map on front of me too that I drew for the town.
Nice.
I got no issue sending you guys. There's no real secrets on it at all.
Right.
Plus, I have all the stores listed and whatnot. But I might try to talk Deese later into making it pretty once we start releasing.
Ooh.
Cool.
So she's in town.
Yeah.
Wonder if
I'm not sure where, but she's in town.
interesting. Maybe it's for the best I didn't run her over earlier.
They call her Kestrel.
Kestrel.
Yeah.
Not a name I remember.
No,
Or
it's
heard of.
it's kind of weird though. She carries that sword doesn't match her armor at all though. Don't know why. She wears like the black armor, but that sword, she must have killed a paladin or fort or something. She's not a bad person.
Okay.
She doesn't buy food from me ever, but she ain't a bad person.
All right. Well, maybe I'll snoop about town, see if I can find where she might frequent.
Yeah. You find her, you can probably find out more about that bard.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Bard isn't as much on the run as I hope. I really kind of need to find his daughter. All right. Well, just
Wait, he has a daughter?
Well, he did. That was 10 years ago. I would assume that she's still alive. If he was here up to a year ago, I imagine she would have been as well. Does the name Adri ring a bell to you?
No, Adri. Ludo sang about her.
Well, makes sense.
Yeah, she was. Wait. No, she was one of the heroes he would sing about.
Yeah.
She was one of the ones that. No shit. I'm happy I ran into you this morning. You gave me a little hope today.
I'm happy I ran into you too. I didn't get your name, by the way.
Calvin.
Calvin, nice to meet you.
You too.
I slide a gold across the counter. Keep your ears open if you hear anything else. I won't be in town very long, but you can either find me down at Marlbrots or my boat's the Sea Bitch down. You can always pass on a message to one of my crewmen or to the harbor master. Either way, it'll get to me.
Calvin the Butcher. All right.
And I take my leave and tip my hat and head toward Marlbrots.
All right. As you enter the Marlbots, we're going to pause and slide back to the final entry. And we're kind of time jumping back with Kavir. And we're going to pick up Kavir as he and...
Valen?
Yes, I wrote it down here. Yeah, Valen. I got you guys on different pages. Keeping notes of your contacts and everything.
I'm just gonna pick up in mid conversation. Cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Look, I'm not saying that I needed to have like a statue or anything. I'm just saying that there were 3 of us, so it should have been separated into 3 sections. You know what I mean? Like an even split, because we did work together on it. And then, to be perfectly honest with you, maybe they should have split a third and I should have had the rest, because there was a lot of things that I did. I put the house together. I protected it versus all kinds of stuff. I did all kinds of investigative work. I didn't even get charged for that. That's unbillable hours is what I'm saying. The entire time, just I was working hard. I'm not even from here.
This is the only thing he's talked about the entire time.
And Val just like
plaque.
And also very much like a child that just won't shut up.
Look, I'm just saying that I worked really hard.
Oh no.
You should be recognized for the efforts.
You should, Master Kavir. You should.
Absolutely. That's right.
They let Chunakote's name be on the orphanage. I mean, least you should have got more than a plaque.
Keep my name off the fucking orphanage, though, for real. Last thing I need right now is some stereotypical child shit with my name on it.
He kind of looks at you. Okay, no child shit. He's like, "Are you sure you want to keep traveling at night?"
I just want to get there as soon as possible.
All right, you guys are cresting a hill. You guys are actually north of Nortuk, just shy south of a roadside tavern. You're about a mile shy of the tavern. You guys are about 15 miles north of Nortuk. Nortuk's one of the larger cities on the southern side of Darkon. You guys have actually crested into Darkon by this point. He had been using his Vistani magic to actually get you guys through the mist points one by one. At one point, you guys actually ended up jumping multiple realms through the mists and using them to travel further, but it drained him enough where you guys actually had to stop and rest for a day. But you guys have reached Darkon, and you guys see ahead of you almost a caravan of people without actual wagons, but more on foot. Almost because about 12 running through the night on the tall grass, trying to make it to the tavern as the night, the sun sets, the moon's out, and the moonlight's hitting the valley, and you guys begin to hear wails. And that's when Valen grabs you and pulls you down to hide in the grass as you guys watch a series of specters begin to come through the trees and start attacking the 12 as they're running. Women, children, men begin going down one by one as the specters are going. And Valen's like, "You can fight ghosts?"
I can fight anything. I don't have a weapon. You have a weapon in the cart?
You have the daggers and the bow. But unless you have magic, the specters are almost... At that point, you guys kind of feel a dread sense around you. And you know it's not coming from the specters.
Okay.
Through the shadows, out steps an armored knight. You see a purple cloak on him. You see a purple tabard and just silver armor as he steps out. And he's standing among the survivors and just grabs the specter with one hand, and it begins to crush it, and it melts as he looks around. You guys hear the sound of beating horses come as skeleton knights come through from the field and begin actually attacking the specters around. And he begins to sit there and starts pointing at them one by one as fire leaps from his hand and starts catching the specters. You see a nightmare traveling with the skeleton knight riders as he begins to look around, and he finally begins to speak, and you actually know the words. You've heard the spell power word kill go off before. It never gets any easier hearing this dark speech uttered as he aims it at one of the specters running, and it begins to evaporate and die into the ground. He looks around and the horses calm down, and he puts his hand up. Whose foolish idea was it to march at night? Everyone kind of points to one man. He walks over and just hand right into the chest and just crushes what he grabs and drops the body. He looks at two of his skeleton riders. Get them to the inn and then meet us. He looks around. Has anyone heard of the heroes before you pass? I am looking for the heroes. Everyone shakes their heads.
I ain't saying shit. Fuck that guy.
He mounts onto his nightmare. He looks around, just scanning the people. He looks at the girl, one of the young children, sobbing. Your father was weak. You need to be stronger. And he was stupid. Do not be like him. He looks at the riders. Get them there quickly, and then follow. And then he takes off with the remaining 10 knights.
I'm going to turn to the Vistani and be like, who the hell was that?
That is Lord Soth, the Death Knight. He was the dread Lord of Sithicus before the realm collapsed.
What's he doing?
I didn't know he made it out.
Well, that's upsetting.
Him and Strahd used to fight a lot. They didn't like each other. From what was said, their armies would clash all the time.
Well, it's nice to meet the runner-up. Well, might be a good idea to get inside, huh? Or draw the ire of any more dweebs from this area.
You sure you don't want to tell him you're Master Kavir, the hero? That
I'm
you
a
need
fucking
a bigger
kid
plot?
with none of my magic weapons. No, I don't want to tell him that. Are you fucking crazy?
I mean, the whole ride here, you've been saying how nobody appreciates you, and obviously, he sounds like he
I think
appreciates
you have a false impression of what a hero is. You think it's a person who rushes in and gets murdered. Why I think it's a person that plans very carefully and then wins, and then apparently only gets a fucking plaque. Now let's get to this tavern.
All right. You guys make it to the tavern. No issues.
I want to investigate where he had been standing.
All right. You guys step over there and you actually find the leftovers of the ectoplasm and the whatnot of the specters dead in the ground.
Right.
You've never seen someone be able to actually grab a ghost and end it.
Could be cold steel, maybe. Armor.
Being a Death Knight, that's a high possibility. You actually see frost on the ground where he walked from the chill effect of his armor.
I want to make a mental note of the shape of his footprint.
All right.
And then after doing that, I want to find the people inside. Be like, does that happen often around here?
As you get in there, they look up. Yeah, we knew better than to travel at night.
Why'd you do it?
He said we were so close, we might as well just keep pushing instead of just hiding and breaking camp and just keeping quiet. But we should have just stopped.
You shouldn't have pointed at him. I need to stay here for the night.
What's up? Say that again.
I need to stay here for the night.
The tavern keeper's like, that's fine, lad. No worries. We got a room. We got plenty of rooms.
Perfect.
And we paid extra for the magical wards outside. The creatures won't be able to make it in the tavern at night. And the stables purified as well. So had a priest of the Morning Lord travel through here about 15 years ago, put wards in place. They've been holding strong.
Priest of the Morning Lord.
Yeah. There's still a few of them out surrounding that move around Darkon. Not many of them. We get more of the Church of Ezra around here. But it is what it is these days. They're also kept getting more and far few. It seems like the Cult of Ascension's been killing everybody that doesn't agree with them.
Cult of Ascension, eh?
They think that Aslan ascended, and anyone that speaks differently, like I heard Lord Soth was asking for the heroes.
Right. Aslan and Soth. Of course.
Aslan the Lich and Lord Soth the Death Knight.
Right. Obviously, anyone from around here would know that.
Yeah. But
you know what I could use?
What can I get you, lad? All right. He pulls a key out. Second door on the left up the stairs.
Fantastic. They have mirrors up there?
Oh yeah,
nothing.
Hold on. He pulls out room 4 has a full mirror.
Perfect.
The mirror in room 2 is broken.
All right.
They're kind of hard to get out here.
I'm gonna gesture to my partner.
Alan's like, I'm coming. Tavern keeper's like, wait, the kid's the boss? He's like, the gold's the boss. The kid has the gold.
I'm a prince. And I'm gonna walk up the stairs.
I don't know. I get the feeling that kid just doesn't know how to do anything but lie.
That's true. Probably. Once we're up in the room, I'm gonna tell him, seems to me that this is forward territory. So we're going to have to start making some adjustments to our plan. I don't feel comfortable just walking in and having people become suspicious.
No, understood.
I'm going to pose as your child.
What? All right. You know what? I've done weirder shit. Son, he says, all right.
I need you to tell a story. Tell me a story, any type of story. And I'm going to sit right in front of him, and I'm going to look at the mirror, and I'm going to stare at him. And then I'm going to look back at the mirror, and I'm going to stare at him. And I just need him to tell me any story he wants to tell. Something that has a wide range of emotions and feelings.
All right. All right. He tells you a old Vistani tale. He actually speaks of a Vistani leader that came across Soth back in the day. And she worked for Strahd, and she was in Strahd's land, and when they first actually ran across Soth, as the tale says, the matriarch of her clan insulted Soth and he killed everybody but her, but the girl. And she actually ended up through their travels proving her strength to Soth. And I guess the way as the Vistani Tales goes, she ran afoul of Strahd too, and the only way to survive was actually to team up with Soth. And when Soth left Barovia, she left too, and she actually now has her own Vistani clan that she travels with. She's to put it more in perspective, she's become her own Madame Eva of her own clan.
Right.
So he's like, they're actually friendly to most people and outsiders. They actually they treat me pretty decent every time I come across them in travels. So
now, do you have a niece, nephew, son, daughter?
I have you're my son. I have no
I mean, a
family.
real one.
I'm not.
Don't fuck around
No,
with me. Come on.
no, I'm not married and don't have any kids. And I was, as far as I know, I was an only child. But my mother was Vistani. My father wasn't. When I was birthed, they realized I wasn't full Vistani, so they abandoned me, and I got bounced orphanages until I left and found my mother again, learned some Vistani trades. But when she took me in, she got banished, and then
I'm
I learned.
gonna interrupt him. I'm gonna speak to him in Vistani and ask him, what type of games did you play as a child?
He goes through them, tops, jacks, stealing from the old guys. Kind of made a game out of how much we could steal, how from who, and how fast they can clean out the pockets in a bar.
Okay, I think I've got it.
All right.
I'm gonna need about 15 minutes.
Yeah, all right. He nods and he begins eating some rations and drinking some water.
I'm going to be doing some costume work in the mirror. And I'm going to be taking my clothes and I'm going to be pulling out some of the stitches that I had put in to make it shaped differently, kind of fall differently on my shoulders. And I'm going to lose the hat entirely, put it inside one of my pockets. And then use a like a shawl kind of over my top of my shoulders and continue texturing up my face. And then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to speak to him in Vistani as his son, talking about that I want to quit traveling so that we can play games. And I want to do it with perfect replication of his accent and regional dialect. Using the is it Master of Intrigue? You can unerringly mimic the speech patterns and accent of a creature you hear speak for at least 1 minute. And I was learning Vistani before we had.
Vistani picked up in the last one.
Yeah.
So yeah, you mimic him perfectly, and you get what together you have of what you had supplies wise, and the makeup kit that Blugger left you and your stuff, and yeah, no, you almost spitting image of him now.
Father, thank you so much for taking me on this journey. I know it was incredibly dangerous, but you know how much I wanted to see the big city.
His mouth falls open, the food falls out. He's like, how in the world?
What do you mean, Father?
I liked you better talking about the plaque.
Of course you did. I'm a brilliant genius. I'm an old man
Lord.
in the body of a child, and yet I'm treated like a fool. But don't let it be mistaken. I am very good at what I do. Now, you see how disguised I am right now? Right in front of you? Can't tell the difference, can you? I almost look like I'm actually your son. Now, here's the problem. If you tell anyone who I actually am, I could be anyone. Do you understand me? You'll never be comfortable again if you betray me.
Understood. You're my son until we part ways.
And after we part ways, we're going. You're not going to know who I am after
No.
this.
Uh,
I have no qualms about posing as a fucking shower curtain for 14 years and then popping out and stabbing you. You hear me? I'm crazy.
would you
like
literally
that.
be able to stay quiet for 14 years?
Probably not. But you're not observing your shower curtain for long periods of time.
No.
Also, what's a shower? I just had that thought.
It's the thing we wrap around and pour water down in the tub.
Right.
They have them actually out in Materia Bay.
Well, then I have this mocked up for tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and take it and just kind of run my hands over my face and it disappears.
All right. Then let's get some sleep, and the minute the sun pokes out, we'll start traveling again.
You know, I had a friend years ago. She never slept. Just never slept. Ever.
That sounds
was
like a
always
very
jealous
painful
of that.
existence.
I was always jealous of that. She never had to sleep. She just sat there and stared at the wall like a weirdo. But I always thought to myself, I wish I could do that. You lose a lot of time when you sleep, you know? A lot of, you know, you could be working, but you're not. You're asleep. Your brain's gone dormant. Most people, I suppose, during their day, their brain's gone dormant. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, my brain's already clogged up for the night.
Right. I feel like it's done that early in the day. All right. Well, then we'll get some sleep and we'll head back into town tomorrow. I will be your son. And I'm really into, what was it? Jack's? Fun.
Yes, Jackson tops.
You know, a worthwhile pursuit for a man of my age. Good night.
Good night, son.
Thank you so much for listening to Return to Ravenloft, a Freelance Heroism podcast. If you'd like to support us more, check us out on patreon.com/freelance_heroism and just donate any amount. We have prizes and journal entries and art that we post regularly a few times a week. And we'd really appreciate any support you could give us. Thank you.
Our cast includes Rachel Moore as Kesselgard Reskill, Dees Cassius as Master Kavir, Nathan Lett as Captain Rayne Trichet, and David, aka D-Walk, as Dr. Midnight, and everyone else in the game. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week.
The invoice is in the mail.
Hear that? Hear that, Rachel? Future Rachel.